AMufacture were given a brief to make a critical part for a 52-foot racing boat. Now, the brief was very demanding, but this part has never been made in this way before. AMufacture have recently invested in an MJF HP machine from Matsuura. So let's take a look around their facility and find out about the brains behind it all. Will, thank you for having us and inviting us here.
No, great to see you.
Right, okay, so you've made some terrific parts on this machine. It's only recently been installed. Can you show me some of those parts?
Yeah, of course. So at the moment we're working on a part for a racing boat. This is just a small part, but the advantages we've got with some of the HP software and the print capabilities from HP is that we can print parts within parts and they move. And we can get some really great detail on some very tricky parts.
And you're printing these within, so it's all in one as well. And as you can see here, this is like a model of what's actually happening inside the printer.
Yep, exactly. So what we do, we use the CAD software to design the parts. So I do all the design parts, use the CAD software also for some FEA analysis. And then we bring it across to this piece of software, which basically puts all the parts inside the build volume and allows the controller to put all the parts into it so we can get it printing. We can put 70 different types of parts in one build if we want, or 100 different types of parts depending on the size. So the great thing with the HP and Magix and what we can do with this software and this hardware is we can do everything from one-offs to serial production.
Right, let's have a look at the machine now, which is really exciting because you've got such a clean facility here with multiple varieties of 3D printing, but this is very exciting because it opens up new markets for you as well, doesn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. So we did concentrate when we started the company in the marine industry, but we can work in aero, auto, any of those larger scale markets where they really need high quality functional parts.
Right, okay, can you talk me through how simple the process is then?
Yep, so we design all the parts on the CAD, we then nest those as we've just shown, they then come over to here to the printer, and basically inside the printer we've got one of these build units. This is where everything gets made. That goes inside the printer, and then we can print a full build unit, which is a 380mm high in 11 hours. And that's the advantage of the 5210.
And you do that overnight?
We do it overnight. So normally we press print at 5 o'clock in the evening. We come back in the morning and we've got a load of parts.
And then you've kind of got a secondary process there, which is just to finish it off then, isn't it?
Correct. So once it's finished printing, we then bring it over to here, which is the post-processing station. And this is the fantastic thing with the HP ecosystem, is that the build unit then goes in here. It looks like this. In here, we've got some of the powder, but there'll also be loads of functional parts in here that we can just pull out and we can have a look at. And then,
a messy job at times, but it's all cleared
correct.
away, it's all together.
Normally this is on and it sucks all the dust away. The fantastic thing with the HP is that this powder and what goes back into that is 80% of it is recycled. So the whole system works, it sucks all this powder up, this goes into a sieve in here, goes into the recycling bin, and then when we go to refill the build unit, we use 80% of the recycled material and 20% new. So for our customers, the recyclability, the reusability is a really big, important factor.
And this is this terrific part that
Yes.
you wanted to tell us about, because this is kind of life-saving, really, isn't it?
So this was given to us, we had a design brief from a client. Basically, they had a racing boat, and the part is an important part in the boat. There's some big water tanks at the side. The water comes into the boat and this diverts the water to the water tanks. We were given a design brief of this and we had to produce this, design it and produce it within 10 days.
But Will, before this, how was this part being made on a boat?
It wasn't, simply. The only reason that we were able to make this in that time frame and with this complexity was by using 3D printing.
So maybe they would have, how did they do that? How did they create that process before? Multiple parts?
They would have used some multiple parts off the shelf and it wouldn't have looked very good. It would have been heavy and probably very expensive as well.
So to sum up really, what is it that this is doing not only for your company, but what industries is it opening up for you? Because you're working on quicker delivery times, lighter products, but what more can it do? Because this is incredible and the future really.
Yeah, it definitely is the future. It's allowing us to put multiple parts in a single print for multiple customers, and that can be whether it's marine or aero, doesn't matter. We can have all of those parts in one print. And what it's doing is it's giving other companies and ourselves design freedom to produce parts like this that you could never produce before.